Hi students, in this video we are going to discussing about the Karnaugh map. In our Karnaugh map we are going to first of all we are going to see the basics of the Karnaugh map, and then we are going to formation of the Karnaugh map or otherwise the construction of the Karnaugh map. First of all we should know the some basic elements. So first of all we know the number systems, and then what is mean by mean terms and max terms, and then we are going to see the sum of product and the product of sum. Finally we can go for the Karnaugh map. What is Karnaugh map, how it is classified, and then it will be how it is constructed. So now we can see that it is constructed. So now we can see the numbering systems. In this particular numbering systems, we are going to majorly discussing about the binary, decimal and hexadecimal. So in our binary we are having only two numbers about the binary, decimal and hexadecimal. So in our binary we are having only two numbers, zeros and 1, and then in our decimal we are having the normal sequence of number systems. In our hexadecimal, up to 0 to 9 it will be seems like a decimal. After that it can starts with the alphabets and A to F. After that it can continues the sequence from 1 and 0. So now we can see the basic thing. So now what is going to be, first we are going to form a two variable sequence. Two variable sequence means number of two variables, 2 to the power of, we are using the we can get the number of input combinations using the formula 2 to the power of n. We are having the first, we are going to take only the two binary digits a and b. We can form the particular numbering systems with it can starts with 0 0 and it can ends with 1 and 1. So in our binary system, 0 and 0 will be the minimum, 0 will be the minimum value, 1 will be the maximum value. So in this particular case we are going to use that. So what we are going to use that, so it can starts with the 00 and it can ends with 11. So we can easily memorize this particular step. It can start with 00 and then 01, 10 and then 11. So it will be the decimal equivalent of the 0 1 2 3, and also the same thing will be happens in the hexadecimal also, 0 1 2 and 3. Now we are going to form the next series. It will be, it's having the three variables means we are going to get the 8 input combinations with the variables of the binary variables of the a, b and c. Now we can see the with the previously written input combination. From the previously written input combination we can get the 3 input combinations. So now we are going to write down the in our table. You can see this. So the 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 will be the first 4 input combinations for the variables a and b, and the same sequence will follow next 4 steps, 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1. Previously written combinations, the first 0 1 2 3, the first 4 combinations, it will be the c variable will be filled with 0, and then the remaining variable, the remaining thing means 5th 6th and 7th and 8th combinations are filled with 1. Now we can see, so the for the first thing 0 it can indicates 0. After that finally 100 will be indicates 5th 4, 101 5, 100 will be equal to 6, 111 is 7. It will be the sequence for the 3 variable binary elements. So it's it can give the 8 sequence, and then we are going to write down the same sequence. How can we write this? So we can copy the same first 0 to 7 sequence with the, it can starts with 8 to 15. For the 0 to 7 we can fill the d with 0. D variable with the 0, the remaining things will be newly written. From the 8 to 15 it can be filled with 1. So now we can easily get the value for the 0 to 15. So it will be the equal to, you can see the example, you can see the 8th decimal binary equivalent 1000. 1000 it can represents 8. And also now we can go for the 10. 10 will be equal to 1010. It can in binary it can represent the 10 in the decimal. At the same time it can be represented the a as a in hexadecimal. Now we can see the last numbering concept, 1111. It can represent in decimal is 15, but in our hexadecimal it will be represented as f. So it will be the particular table. It can start with the two variables with the four input combinations 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, and then we can form the remaining things with using the same thing. So the previously written input combinations are filled with the 0, the newly written combinations will be filled with the 0 for the new upcoming variables. So we are going to fill the C and then D, and then we can form the series with the four variables from the 0 to 15. This will be easy for our. Now we can see the rules for the Boolean algebra. So these are all the some of the basic rules. It will be utilized to simplify the Karnaugh maps. It will be equal to a plus 0 equal to a plus 1 equal to 1. And also we are going to see the same rules in the a into a is a into a bar is 0. And also we can see one more thing, a into 0 is 0, a into 1 is 1. It will be almost we are used in the mathematics. A plus 0, whatever will be added with the 0 will be the same a. So and also the fifth one is a plus a will be the redundant terms will be represented as a same one. A plus a will be equal to a. A plus a bar, the complementary term, will be represented as 1. And also we can see the a double bar, double complement equal to a. And then a plus ab equal to a plus ab a bar b equal to a plus b. And also we are going to write down the same thing, a plus b into a plus c equal to a plus bc. So these are all the major Boolean algebra, Boolean postulate laws. It will be utilized to simplify the Boolean expressions. So in our Boolean expressions we are using the Boolean algebra postulate laws, but in some other cases it's having some difficulties. You can see this. So in this Boolean algebra some of the merits are available. So simplification is done through the Boolean algebra. The particular method is not effective for the getting the final answer, because of the solving the problem through Boolean algebra was a bit tricky. We have to use some need skills, or otherwise we need some practices to solve the Boolean algebra. So we must remember the rules and regulations. So just we are going to replace the a plus a will be equal to a means we should keep it in our mind, the particular law. At that time we have to use it in the Boolean algebra, and then we can get the final answers. And also need of the skill applying the rules and law. So it will be the same thing. So need skill of applying the rules and law. And also it doesn't guarantee the simplest form of expressions, because we have to need some skills, and also we have to produce some formulas, some postulate laws to get the final expressions. At the same moment we have to apply all the rules and laws. After that we can get the final values. So now we can, these are all the Boolean algebra demerits. So now we can go for the Karnaugh map. So in the Karnaugh map, before we are going to see that, we can see the logic gates. Logic gates are the abstraction of the electrical circuit component that operate on one or more input signal to produce the output signals. F equal to A into B in the particular gate will be referred as AND gate. And at the same time we are going to refer the output will be equal to A plus B. It can be done by the OR gate, and also we can get the complemented output. It's equal to A will be given to the NOT gate. So at the same time we can get the output value equal to A bar. It is known as the inverter gate. So the truth tables for the particular logic gate. What are all the truth tables? We already know that. So we are having the 2 input means we are having the 4 input combinations. Because of the formula will be referred as 2 to the power of n. So we are having the 2 inputs. N will be represented the number of inputs in the particular gate. So 2 to the power of n, 2 to the power of 2 input AND gate, it can give the 4 output combinations. So 4 input combinations. So and also it can give the 4 output corresponding combinations of the input. So and also the same combinations will be continuous here, 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. So the output will be 0 0 0 1. So in the same time we are going to see the OR gate. So the formula will be differs. F will be equal to A plus B. In this particular case we are going to compare the AND and OR gates. So in this if the AND gate, it can give the 1 in the output side. At the time both the inputs must be in the logic 1. But in the OR gate, any one of the input will be 1 means it can give the output is 1. NOT gate, it can give the complement of the input signal. We are going to apply the 0 means we can get that 1. We are going to give 1 means we can get the output is 0. Right sir, this will be the. And also one more thing, we are going to see the NAND gates. NAND gate and an OR gate, it will be referred as a universal gates. Why should we referring the NAND gate and an OR gate as a universal gate? Means we are going to construct the remaining basic gates. The AND gate, OR gate and an OR gate, it can be represented by the represented as a basic gates. These basic gates are constructed with the help of the NAND gate. So we can see the consolidation of the logic gates. We can see the NAND gate and NOR gate here. NAND gate will be it will be seems like a AND gate, but it is a combination of the NAND and the NOT gate. NAND plus NOT gate, it can give the AND gate. So the AND gate output will be equal to A into B. So whatever the input will be given to the NOT gate, it will be complemented on the output side. So we can get the NAND gate output X will be equal to A into B bar. So in this particular case, when when both the inputs are 1, at that time only the output will be 0. In our NOR gate, it is also same. It will be seems like a NAND gate, but it is a combination of the OR gate plus NOT gate. So OR gate, it can give the addition of the inputs A and B, A plus B. The whatever the input will be given to the NOT gate, it will be complemented in the output side. So it is the combination of the OR gate plus NOT gate. So it will be referred as NOR gate. In this particular case, both the inputs are 0 means at that time only the output is 1. And also we are going to see the exclusive OR and exclusive NOR gates. Exclusive OR gate means the output equation will be, or otherwise Boolean expression for the output will be X equal to A bar into B plus A into B bar. For the output expression for the X NOR will be equal to A into A bar into B bar plus A into B. So it is the output expression for the logic gates. So before we are going to see the min term and max terms, we can see the 3 basic terms. The literal, we are always saying we are using the 3 variables, 2 variables. So the particular single element, it will be referred as a variable, or otherwise it may be a normal one, or otherwise it will may be a complementary one. Let us consider A or A bar will be represented as a literal, and also product term. Product term means the literals are connected by dot. It can be represented as a into a dot b. A into b will be represented as a product term. And also some term literals are connected by positive. And also we can see the mean term. The product terms will be summed, means we can get the mean term. The sum terms are product term. It is known as max term. So we can see the one more explanation. So the mean term is a product term in which all the variables appears exactly one, either complementary or uncomplementary. Max term, it is a reversal of in our mean term we are going to take a product term. In this particular max term we are going to take a sum term. So in this particular case we can see the mean term, a product term in which all the variables will be appears exactly once. You can see the things. So we are having the, let us consider this particular table. We are having the three variables x, y, z. The product term will be x bar into y bar into z bar. The particular value will be triple zero. It can be represents 0, so it is known as the mean term. So it will be represented with the letter of small m, and also the value 0 will be represented in the suffix m naught. It can refers x bar into y bar into z bar, or otherwise triple zero. And also in this particular case 100 will can represents m4, and also it will be represented in the product as a product term x into y bar into z bar. The triple one, it can be represented as x, y, z. The symbol for the mean term is m7. And also in our mean term, the particular corresponding mean term, it will be filled with 1. The remaining tabular column will be filled with 0. In our max term, we are going to sum the biliterals. It may be a complementary or it may be an uncomplementary one. It is called as a max term. The particular condition for the max term is, so the variable appears exactly one in that particular sum term. X plus y plus z equal to max term. It can be represented with the letter of capital M, and also the triple zero value will be equal to 0. So it will be x plus y plus z will be equal to m0. So in this particular max term, the except the particular corresponding max term, it will be filled with 1. Triple one, it can be represented as x bar plus y bar plus z bar. The symbol for the particular max term is m7. So these are all the truth table. It is a combinations of the under notations of the mean term and max term. So we can see this. So we can see the first combination triple zero x y z equal to triple zero. In our mean term, we are going to representing as it is x bar, y bar, and z bar. It will be represented with the letter small m naught. And also in our max term, it will be complemented and then it will be added x plus y plus z equal to m naught. So this will be the table, gives the clear idea about the three variables and also order. This order variable orders will be the literals values will be started with 0 and it can be ended with 1, right? And also now we can go for the sum of product, SOP and POS, product of sum. So it is mean by that. So we are going to add the mean term. We are going to add the mean term. It is known as sum of product, or otherwise it will be simply represented as sum of mean term. We can example, let us consider the example. F will be equal to x bar into y bar into z bar plus xy z bar plus xy bar z plus xy z. In this particular mean term, it can be represented x bar, y bar, z bar. It can be represented as m0, m plus m2 plus m5 plus m3. We may represent the SOP like this also. We may represent with the literals, or otherwise we may represent with the the particular mean term m0 plus m2 plus m5 or m7. We are going to represent the same SOP with the same thing. F of xyz will be equal to sigma will be represents the SOP. It can be represent the summation of the mean term. Summation of the mean term is sigma m. It can be represent summation of the 0 to 5 and 7. These are all the mean terms. And also we are going for the product of max term. It will be represented as POS, product of max terms. So it will be represented, let us consider the equation equal to f of x plus y plus z bar, and then the remaining things. So we are going to find out the value for the capital M1 cap into M3 into M4 into M6, or otherwise we are going to represent the max term with the letter 5 with suffix capital M. The same thing will be appears here 1 3 5 1 3 4 6. So you can see this, the first max term will be x plus y plus z bar. So in this particular case we are going to complement the things, and then we can find out the value for the max term 0 1 1 0. It can be complemented, means 0 0 1. So it will be represented as max term 1, right? Next we are going to see the same things in this particular case. So now we are going to see the things is, we are in this particular case sum of products. Sum of product means we are going to product term, we are always represented as product term as a mean term. So in this particular case the mean terms are summed, so we are going to rewritten as sum of products. It is known as SOP. POS, it is the max term. Sum means A plus B plus C. We are going to sum the literal values, and also it will be product term, means product of max terms, or otherwise it will be represented as product of, right? Now we are going to see the Karnaugh map. Karnaugh map is a graphical representation of the Boolean function. In the map, any one of the cell corresponds to a row in the truth table. Any one of the row in the truth table, and also one of the cell, it can corresponds to a mean term or a max term in the Boolean expressions. Now we can see the types of the Karnaugh maps. So based upon the number of variables used in the map, we are going to segregate into basically three types: 2 variable Karnaugh map, 3 variable Karnaugh map, 4 variable Karnaugh map. So the ordering of the variables is important. The ordering is, it can start with 00, it can ends with 1, or otherwise the sequence will be general sequence. It's having the 2 variables, means the number of the input combinations are the 2 to the power of n, and also the cell size will be represented with the same formula 2 to the power of n. So the cell size of the now we can see the 2 variable Karnaugh map. In this particular 2 variable Karnaugh map, we are going to use the 2 variables x1 and x2. We may use that x1 and x2. In this particular case we are having the 4 input combinations, 2 to the power of n. N will be represent the number of variables used in the input. So in this particular Karnaugh map, first we should find out the size of the Karnaugh map. The size of the Karnaugh map will be found with the formula 2 to the power of n. 2 to the power of n equal to n is the number of the variable used in the Karnaugh map. 2 variable means we are going to say we can get the 4 cell Karnaugh map. Let us consider this diagram for the 2 variable Karnaugh map. It's having the 4 cells. 4 cells means 0 1 2 3 4. So in this particular case we are going to representing the inputs in the left hand side and the topmost side. X1 will be the one of the input, x2 will be the one of the input. Under the same time the input will be starts from the 0 and it can ends with 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1. Now we are going to see the first cell. It will be the first column, first row cell. So now we are going to write down the same variables in this particular case. So we are going to write down the ordering will be x1 will be in the first, at next we are going to write down the x2 0 and 0. It can be represent 0, 0 represents, it will be the mean term of 0. And also the next column, the first and the next column will be equal to 1. So the value of the x1 will be equal to 0, x2 will be equal to 0. So the particularly the second cell will be represented with the mean term 1, and also the value will be equal to 0 1, and then 1 0 second row and first column value will be 1 0. It will be represented as m2, and then it will be represented as m3. So in cell 0 represents x1 dash and x2 dash, cell 2 represents x1 dash and x2, cell 3 represents x1 and x2 dash, cell 3 represents x1 and x2. You can see in this particular thing. So the example of the Karnaugh map, two variable Karnaugh map, the value will be equal to 0 1 2 3. Now we can see the thing. So the m2 and m3, m2 will be equal to x1 into x2 dash, and the m3 will be x1 and x2. Now we can see the three variables. We already know that the input variables will be represented in the left side and the topmost side. If we are having in this particular case, if we are having three variables x, y and z, so now we have to find out the size of the Karnaugh map. Size of the Karnaugh map will be equal to 2 to the power of n. 2 to the power of n will be equal to 2 to the power of 3 will be equal to 8 cell Karnaugh map. So it's having the 2 rows and 4 columns. So we can form the 8 cell Karnaugh map. In this particular case, the values of the y and z will be written as 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. But in our Karnaugh map writing process, the from the previous step to the next step, there is a only one change in the particular variable will be accepted. So we are going to interchange the third and fourth step. So we can see we are going to write down the input variables as 0 0 0 1 1 1 and 1 0, and then the leftmost we are going to write it as 0 and 1. In this particular case, we are going to represent, it is a 3 variable Karnaugh map. It's having the 8 cell. So now we can see this. So in this particular 3 variable Karnaugh map, we may be rewritten as, it may be it's having the 2 rows and 4 columns, or otherwise 4 columns and 2 rows. We are going to say this. So in this particular case, we are having the 4 rows and 2 columns, and also both the things are represented here: 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So now we are going to rewrite it. In our each cell, we are going to write the value of the left hand side value, and then it can be followed by the topmost values. So the left hand side value will be 0 0 0 1 1 1 and 1 0. It can be followed with the topmost value a bar, b bar, c for the first cell, and then next cell will be 0 0 1, and then 0 1 0 for the 2, 0 1 1 for the 3. It can be corresponds. So now we are going for the 4 variable. 4 variable means we are having the 4 rows and 4 columns. We are going to form a 16 cell in this particular case. So the same sequence will be follows, under the cells will be written as left hand. Note the variable ordering will be w, x, y and z. So for the corresponding cell, we are going to write down the value for the w, x, and then we can write down the value for the y and z. So now we can see the same thing in for the 4 variable. So and also it will be written as 0 1 3 2 4 5 6 7. So these are all the already formed in the particular 3 variable Karnaugh map. In this particular case, now we can see we are going to interchange the third row as well as the third column. In this particular case, we are going to interchanging the third row also. So the values are 8 9 11 10, and then the third row value will be 12 13 and 14. So now we can see the consolidations of the particular values of the 4 variable Karnaugh map. It can give the all the variable idea for you. So now we can see this. So in this particular 4 variable Karnaugh map, in this particular case we are going to represent it as we are having the 4 variables a b c and d. So it's having the 16 cells in this thing. Left side we are going to represent with the 2 variables a and b. The topmost side we are going to represent with the 2 variables c and d. So in this left side it can be starts with the 0 0 0 1 1 1 and 1 0. The topmost side the same sequence will follow, but we are going to write it in the variable form. So we are going to write this in the leftmost side, we are going to write as a and b. In right topmost side we are going to write it as c and d. So 0 0 represents in the left side a bar and b bar. In the topmost side 0 c bar and d bar. In this leftmost side 0 1 represents a bar and b bar. Topmost side c bar and d. And also the leftmost side double one represents a and b. In the topmost side it can be represented with b c and d and corresponds. So the particular each and every cell it will be written in the value of the, it may be in the value or it may be in the alphabets value. The sequence will be a b c d. So what will be the corresponds to the left side value, as well as it can be followed by the topmost values. 4 variable simplification method. In a 4 variable simplification method we are going to group it as a pair, quad and octet. We are going to rectangle a 2 adjacent square represents a product term now with the 3 letters. We are going to group a 4 adjacent cells, so we can get the product term of 2 with the 2 letters. We are going to group a 8 square or 8 cell, we can get the product term of single letters. A rectangular with the 16 square produces a function that is equal to logic 1. So it is a game of summary. So in this particular summary, so the result of the particular first game of it is the simplest way of simplifying the Boolean expressions. In this particular result, the minimization of SOP, which leads to the minimal 2 level circuits only. 2 level circuit means it's having maybe it's having the 3 variables or 2 variables. And also it will be very in this particular Karnaugh map, it can be the don't care conditions will be handled easily. And also it is really good for manual simplification for small expressions. Some of the things we should keep it in our mind. So remember the correct order of mean time on the Karnaugh map. We must remember what is mean by that. So third row and the third column position will be gets changed. The order will be 0 0 0 1 1 1 and then 1 0, right? And also the it will be for the grouping. So we are going to group it means we may group the overlapping also and also one more thing, we don't want to left any max term or min term as a ungrouped one. And also in this particular case there may be more than one valid solutions will be available, so we can choose it and then we can use it. If you want to see the further related topics, so you can subscribe with the given link. Thank you.